Papa. Words alone cannot express the gratitude I feel towards God because of you. Thank you for saying yes to the call. Doctor, when can a parent determine at what age the child becomes accountable to receiving Christ?
Well, sometimes because of the way children grow, you can't really determine. So from when they already start speaking, start showing them Christ. Let them grow with that knowledge. From when they just start speaking and they're able to know left from right somehow, just start pumping Christ to them like you pump cartoons to them. Pump Christ to them like you pump music. Just pump Christ, pump Christ, pump Christ. And they will grow into the consciousness of Christ and get to know Christ. That's the right thing.
Flogging a child inflicts pain. Is that not punishment? What does God say concerning child discipline? Also, is it wise as a parent to chase a wayward teenager out of the house?
Well, again, what does God say about children discipline? You discipline your children is your responsibility. God doesn't have to tell you how to do it. You do it the way you know it's going to be effective. And in most cases, in some cases, beating children is effective, especially for those of us in Africa. And sometimes beating doesn't work. Sometimes you've got to talk to them. Sometimes you've got to reason with them. So it depends. You will have to understand how your children are and know the best way to reach them. So it depends on the way you communicate. Beating a child and beating doesn't help the child. So there's a communication, there's a psychology required in bringing discipline to children. Sometimes you don't even have to beat. There's a way you keep your face, your child will behave. So again, you and your child have to interact enough for you to be able to know the right way to apply discipline so that your child will grow up and be the kind of child he's supposed to be.
Fantastic. Father, still from Anna, Papa, Anna is in Namibia, says, after the sin of unbelief, did Adam and Eve ever believe?
It's not told us in the Bible. So when we get to heaven, we'll find it.
Fantastic. Okay. Is Eden a typology, or it really existed on this earth? That's still from Anna.
Again, Eden is not existing on earth, because if it was, it will be mentioned in the New Testament. Again, the New Testament gives us the substance of the Old Testament, and there's no such record of Eden in the New Testament. However, Eden actually meant presence. That's what it meant. So it's not a physical place.
1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 15, Papa, does the dead visit their loved ones, for instance, haunted houses by previous occupants?
The dead?
Yes.
No. The dead and the living have nothing in common. So if you start seeing dead people coming, rebuke them. It's not those dead people. It's just evil spirits trying to take advantage of you using familiar faces. You resist them. The dead and the living have nothing in common.
Papa, my question comes from Galatians 3:17 to 18. The law was added and it was ordained by angels in the hand of the mediator, who is Moses. Who instructed the angels to give the law to Moses?
No,
this has already been answered.
The angels didn't give Moses the law. Moses set the laws and engaged the angels to work with him. So it was Moses. And Moses did the laws because Israel asked Moses to be their mediator. So when Israel asked Moses to be their mediator, Moses engaged the ministry of angels in carrying out the law.
Papa, I've heard from preachers, though I have not studied it for myself, say these things. Please help me. First, to whom did Jesus go to preach when he died?
Preach to nobody. Jesus didn't preach to anybody when he died. When he died to pay for sin, not to preach. So he didn't preach to anybody.
Is that about when he came back, when he's resurrected? Is that what it is?
When he resurrected, he didn't preach to anybody. He only taught his disciples. So the preaching you are talking about is the one in Peter. And it was a mode of speaking. Actually, what Peter was talking about was that the Spirit of Christ in Noah preached to the people in the world of Noah. That's what he was talking about.
Our first caller this time round.
Uche calling from Abba.
Uche, go ahead.
Yeah, Papa, I thank God for what Papa is doing. I'm blessed by his teaching. But I have a question.
Okay.
My question is this. In one of his teachings, he told us that God doesn't decide when a man dies.
Yes, go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Go ahead.
Clearly.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I hear you.
Yeah. So he taught us in one of his teachings that God doesn't decide when a man dies.
Yes.
But somewhere in the scripture, the Bible told us that a prophet went to Elisha to tell him that he's going to die. But he said he went back to God, and God gave him 15 more years. Is that not God deciding on when a man should come?
Okay, thank you, Jay. Yes,
but God didn't give him the 15 years until he asked for. So again, it is still man that determined how long he wanted to stay.